We want to talk about Hurricane Milton here, and then we'll get to our local forecast in just a bit. But Milton made landfall last night about 8:30 as a Category 3 hurricane. The impacts were at their worst overnight. It has been a long night for Florida. Now Milton is starting to move away. That's the good news. Now, as the sun comes up, we'll be able to kind of assess how much damage this storm actually caused, with winds over 100 miles an hour at landfall and intense storm surge flooding, as well as a number of tornadoes that destroyed homes and unfortunately left the state with a number of fatalities. It is still a Category 1 hurricane. It's just started to move off the coast of Florida. Wraparound rain behind it, though, still impacting Daytona Beach right down to Orlando. It's expected to move out into the open ocean, and then by tomorrow or even late tonight, downgrade to a depression or a remnant low. But I just want to show you this. Look at Orlando right now. Winds are currently gusting in Orlando to 72 miles per hour, still feeling the wrath of Milton this morning. Coming up, we'll talk more about our local forecast as temperatures begin to plummet. Some of the coldest air of the season on its way in today and tonight. Jim and Jan, I'll send it back over to you.
All right, Kate, thanks so much. And as Kate just mentioned, people who did not evacuate Florida are still hunkering down this morning as Hurricane Milton continues its path all across the state.
The storm brought dangerous storm surge and has left millions without power. The storm spawned deadly tornadoes as well before making landfall. Brian Abel is in Orlando following the storm.
We continue to experience what feels like swirling wind gusts here in Orlando from the outer bands of what is now a Hurricane Milton Category 1 after it made landfall as a Category 3. The winds picking up to the point where first responders, police officers had to be pulled off the roads. We've also learned that this storm system is now a deadly one from tornadoes. In a record-tying third time this year, a hurricane slammed straight into the state of Florida.
Our island was devastated by Hurricane Helene, and now we're getting a gut punch with Milton.
In more than 150 years, it's only happened 5 other times.
I think the biggest thing is still just to know that there are a lot of threats out there.
Multiple feet of storm surge, heavy rainfall, and flooding, all concerns from Milton's wrath. But even before the hurricane made landfall, destructive winds lashed the Sunshine State. Officials reporting the most tornado warnings in a day on record. Here's what's left after a tornado destroyed a 10,000 square foot sheriff's facility in St. Lucie County.
It happens in a flash. You know, we're in the building not even 50 yards away, and it's here, it's gone. And there ain't nothing stopping that building coming down. So if your house is coming down on you, nothing's stopping it.
In Fort Myers, one family was inside their home when a tornado ripped through their neighborhood.
We all started going for the hallway, didn't even make it there in time. Started and I heard a piece of glass crack and it sucked the whole roof off, and I felt the thing suck me up, and I grabbed my kid and my wife and hunkered down.
The storm also tore off a part of Tropicana Field stadium roof. The Rays Stadium is being used as a base camp for debris cleanup and first responders during Milton. And the Emergency Operations Center for Orange County tell me that first responders are waiting till the sun comes up to really assess the damage and see where the most help is needed. In Pinellas County, where this hurricane made landfall, there have been water rescues already. In Orlando, I'm Brian Abel reporting. Back to you.
And we are continuing to stay on top of social media posts about Hurricane Milton and the tornadoes that happened even before that storm made landfall. More images are coming in by the minute.
CBS News Philadelphia's Brandon Goldner joins us from the newsroom with the very latest. Morning, Brandon.
Good morning, Jim and Jan. Yeah, a lot of these daytime images that you are seeing is a result of damage from those tornadoes from earlier before the hurricane made landfall. Let's show you some of these images right now. This is the St. Lucie County Jail that was hit with one of those tornadoes. 126 tornado warnings Wednesday. That is the most in state history. Let's take a look at some of these other images right here. Another image of the jail and the damage that was sustained as a result of this. Let's take a look at some of the latest information we have right now. This is from the Tampa Police Department. Recovery efforts begin. Many roads still impassable, like this one, a traffic light that came crashing down as a result of this storm. It's incredible to see really how large those traffic lights are compared to what we see over above us, but to see them down in person is just unbelievable. We also have trees that have come crashing down. Many of the roads impassable as a result of this storm. And we're also going to take a look at Treasure Island right now. Crews are making their way down to Treasure Island. Let's zoom this in and look at this, a large tree that came crashing down onto the road. As fire trucks and crews make their way around this tree, it's expected to be a large cleanup. We're going to continue keeping an eye on some of the images that we see as the day gets brighter. Back to you all.
Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate it. Well, crews from PSE&G in New Jersey are on their way to Florida to provide Hurricane Milton relief efforts. A total of 250 employees from multiple locations around the state are taking part, like these workers who left from Morristown. For PSE&G, this is a way to give back after they were supported after Superstorm Sandy.
This mutual aid agreement that we have across the country of something hitting New Jersey, and we had that happen in 2012 with Sandy. So I think this is our way of helping and giving back.
In addition to the linemen heading south from New Jersey, other PSE&G employees who are already down in Georgia helping after Helene hit, well, they'll now continue on to Florida to assist with relief efforts there as well. And of course, stay with CBS News Philadelphia for the latest on Hurricane Milton. We'll have full coverage as the storm's impact and cleanup lies ahead.